So did you read the article in the Jewish Chronicle the other week by Ben Judah, the young author, in which he laments the experience of the 3 times a year Jew in the pew? And he goes on to blame it on the rabbis, suggesting that rabbis utilize their high holiday sermons to beat people's conscience to a pulp, thus alienating the less frequent Jew in the process. He further suggests that rabbis are only really interested in their core membership, the more religious element, the frontbenchers, as he describes them, and completely disregard the backbenchers or the less affiliated Jew, again, thus resulting in them only ever wanting to turn up 3 times a year. And then he further suggests that synagogues in general are completely out of touch with their membership, reflected by the fact that the young are not even involved in the management of their communities. And then, in a slight dig against Chabad, he suggests, and I quote, the only reason why this ultra-Orthodox movement is successful is precisely because others are not involved in outreach in any way, shape, or form whatsoever to the same extent. Ben, here's a news flash. I don't know what synagogue you belong to, if any, or perhaps you're just reflecting your great-grandfather's experience in Russia of old, but I've yet to meet a rabbi who doesn't utilize his high holiday sermon to inspire, to enthuse, to engage. And the membership, they sit there and they enjoy and they lap up. And there are many who will walk away from the high holidays feeling more uplifted and will choose to get more involved. To suggest that rabbis are only interested in their more core religious element is utterly libelous. The hard fact is that rabbis choose to engage with all of their members right across the religious spectrum. Every rabbi today is widely experienced and committed to the ideal of not looking to deliberately bring their membership through the synagogue doors, but how to bring the synagogue out to the actual membership. And the idea that you suggest that synagogues are out of touch because the young are not involved in management only proves how out of touch with reality you really are. Take me as an example, currently the longest serving full-time rabbi in the United Synagogue. When I came to Mill Hill at the age of 28, I was the youngest person in that boardroom. And now, at the age of 51, I am in fact the oldest. So many youngsters, teenagers, children, their parents come along, not just on the high holidays, but all through the course of the year. Maybe they don't go upstairs, but they're involved at whatever level because that's the reality of synagogues today. And insofar as Chabad is concerned, well, just take the words of the leaders of the Reform movement in America who wanted to try and figure out what is it that Chabad does right that we do so wrong. My answer is simple. We offer authentic Judaism. We enable people to stay anchored to their traditional roots whilst always being able to translate that into a modern and contemporary world and society. So Ben, here's my high holiday message for you. Crawl out from whichever rock you've been hiding on for the last 28 years of your life. Move away from that experience you might have had in Russia of old. Come along to a United Synagogue and find out how truly inspiring the whole experience really is. And of course, failing that, you can always go to one of your local Chabad houses. I wish you a happy Yom Kippur, Ben, and above all else, a truly meaningful and uplifting one. Stay happy, be inspired.